Monty J, it's obvious you're getting a lot of appreciations.
Well,
The rumor is that the can increase your remuneration after retaining the ODI status from 10,000 US dollar to 12,000 US dollar. Is that true?
well, that was part of my contract. So when I signed off as a part of my contract, when we negotiated to get me on board, something which we agreed to, that if I am able to achieve that, what they wanted to achieve, then they'll go to my desired salary, which I was expecting in my negotiation.
Wow. How many contracts do you have with Ken? Is
There
that one
only
single contract? Or?
Yeah, there is only contract. Yeah.
Okay. When you assumed the responsibility of the head coach of Nepal cricket team, the state was very awful. I think it was in a very sorry state. There was a huge risk of losing the ODI status as well. The things were not right on and off the ground. So what particular thing that motivated you to take this job?
It's a good question. You know, look, we all have some story that we build for ourselves. I have been on the journey of coaching for a while. And when I reflect back at my journey and my strengths, I think one of the strengths which I believe has been my risk-taking abilities. I must say that I was in the middle of making a decision between two teams. You know, and Can were pretty much aware of that too. I would not name the team, but the thing is that what I really appealed me to come towards this was the interests and the honesty which the Can management showed towards the vision which I wanted to get involved into. They were obviously having this desire of retaining the ODI status, which I totally understand. But they were honest enough to let me know that if from all the efforts that we put in, we are not able to manage the ODI status, they still want me here for a long period. You know, and that obviously built a little bit of respect towards them, because it made me realize that even they were willing to risk to bring in someone, you know, who might be able to do a job for them, but to keep him around for a longer period with the vision that we build the cricketing nation. Cricket is already loved in this country. So, you know, with quality of cricket which we can bring in, and it was on display for the last 12 games, is what probably they must have thought at that point, and that is exactly what excited me as well to take up this job.
Wow. I remember during the first press conference after your appointment, you had said that your strategy was to first ensure a happy dressing room. For those who doesn't understand the cricket term, would you mind elaborating what that happy dressing room means?
Well, I mean, I've come across this many times now, you know, and you mind if I question back to you as well? I mean, obviously, I'll share some of the things from my side. As an example, you know, when anyone who took up this sport, forget the competitiveness at the highest level, anyone who took up this sport, for the first time when that kid played that game, it was for the joy of the game. Do you agree to that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's only when we connect to the professionalism and expectations of whatever platform that you are on, you know, is where the external pressure comes in. And sometimes I've seen it from my journey that sometimes you lose the joy, you know, you are not happy anymore. So the philosophy of coaching and bringing in that joy around that happy dressing room starts with my first word, which is happy.
Wow.
You know, and dressing, and that is where I will ask you a question. I mean, what is your meaning of dressing?
No, I was just trying to relate with my newsroom as well, where, you know, you would love to see your employee or colleagues, you know, with very high moral and spirit in your profession. So I think the image matters, the logistic matters as well. Is that what you mean?
No, so obviously where I was going was for a simple terminology of dressing, right? When we came in here, we were all dressing towards the look, the outside look and things like that. But for us in happy dressing rooms, we are dressing our mind. We are dressing our mind internally, you know, and it's a spiritual room, it's a holistic room, it's a cricketing room where everyone comes together honestly, get involved in happy, clear, transparent cricket conversations. And then we try to build and formulate a blueprint which will help us to get onto the journey forward. So that is a happy dressing room for you.
Wow. And psychology is another most important status of the players, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we have come across, and like Arif said that in our first conversation when we interacted, my question to them was, You have played cricket for so many years, and you have seen quality of cricket around the world for so many years, and there is an aspiration, there is a dream that you guys are chasing. But if there is one thing which you all can connect to around the world, and the success around the world from any individual or any team which has been successful, what is that one thing which differentiates the best sides or the best individual player? They were the ones who answered above the shoulder, the mind.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely. I mean, mental state matters.